Hello everyone, I'm Wazzup. Now, I'm going to talk about Soundless Toons today. So, what are Soundless Toons? Well, Soundless Toons are people without sound. They have every other gag except sound. Kind of self-explanatory. So, I want to talk about the way people view these tunes. Now, I'm going to talk about the way I see people normally talk about them, and I want to give my pros and cons about them. So first off, a lot of people don't like the aspect of not having sound. They think that it slows down runs. And this is normally true. It does slow down runs, that's for sure. They also view Soundless Toons as lost potential. Normally, people leave off trap or drop because, those are they're considered to be the most useless ones. I personally like them because they do a lot of damage and they're team based. They usually requires a stun, and trap normally requires it does require a lure. So a lot of other toons view Soundless Toons as being useless. Now, I think this is pretty harsh, but then again, in certain areas they might be a lot less useful than a toon with sound. So I can understand that. It's pretty messed up, but it's kind of true. Now I want to put my opinions out here. So these are my opinions, by the way, obviously. So these are why I dislike them. They slow certain runs down. If you're in a factory, all they're going to be doing is luring or passing, so they're kind of not really benefiting because all they can do is they can't use sound with the group. If you're doing a bouillonment and you're using sound, like 3 trunks in a fog on the row of 10s or 1 level 11, or you're using 2 fogs and 2 aukas for the row of level 11s, you won't be able to do that anymore. You'll have to lure these battles or take a hit or do both. They do slow certain runs down for sure. They may limit the amount of damage the team can do to a row of cogs. So, like I said, unless you wanted to use 2 fog horns on a row of level 10s, you're gonna have to take 3 hits. It's a lot less. It's more. You burn through your sound faster, and you won't be able to use your sound to the fullest when there's a Soundless Toon. So that one toon alone will stop you from doing a lot more damage and finishing up faster. Another example of this is, even if you have 3 fogs, I don't even think it makes a difference if they're organic or not, but 3 foghorns on a row of level 12s with an auga will take them out. Even if you use 3 fogs, the one Soundless Toon that would normally use a level 4 can't do it anymore. In fact, I want to see if this is even possible. So I'm going to do some quick math right here to see. That's 3 foghorns, and this is with the same type attack thing. Yeah, so 3 organic foghorns won't even take out a level 12 with 200 hit points. So you're never going to be able to do it unless you use an opera, which is very, very unfortunate. Just that one toon alone, even if you all planted that gag, it wouldn't make a difference. So now I'm going to explain why I like them. So those are like the cons. Now I want to explain the pros, because I don't completely hate Soundless Toons. I want that to, I want people to know that. So normally Soundless Toons, in my personal opinion and from my experience, they normally have more experience getting around that. They take the time to learn their basics by either watching videos or testing them themselves. So another thing that a lot of people don't believe, but I honestly do believe, is they have better understanding of sound combinations. If you're constantly not using sound, or if you're constantly trying to get around other people using sound and try to cope with them, then you're honestly gonna you're probably gonna learn the basics faster than a normal toon. If you're never using sound, but the group is, you're gonna always have to go. You're always gonna have to use another gag. You're always gonna have to try to find out combinations, or else people won't want you in their group. So that's something I've definitely noticed is people take notice when you actually know what you're doing. So whenever there's a soundless tune in a run, it changes it up a lot. For factories, you're just sounding through the whole thing, so it doesn't really change it up there. For cash put, you're gonna have to lure the battles, or take some hits, or use all your sound really quickly, and just in Office D's and stuff. Normally, you can use 3 fogs on the first battle, or the second one, preferably, and you're using lure the whole time. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it can get weird there. Or you can use 2 fogs and 1 Iuga, or 1 trunk, it doesn't really matter. And the other tune can use a seltzer bottle, and then there will be 1 level 11 left over. It gets kind of weird there, but you'll be taking a hit. And I'll get to the back nines very soon. So if they're a soundless tune, that means they can have trap. Well, I mean, they have to have trap. They can potentially have organic throw, because pretty much every tune in Toontown has organic throw, and they'll also have drop. So they'll have 3 ways to take out level 11s, or with the group 12s. They can do a lot of damage when they need to. And also, they're better when it comes to lure-based combat. So if you're out of sound, which you normally will, because you're going to be using more sound, and you're using lure, they'll have like 4 options of attacking, which, is good when you really need to, like a CEO. When you run out of sound, they're good for that. So yeah, they have the trap and the drop. They have the 2 like high-powered, damage gags. So they're really good for like a building or something. They're definitely good for that kind of combat. Now, I want to talk about back nines, because this is something I don't know if I covered yet. I think I did in my back 9 video, but when you're doing a back 9, a soundless tune, in my personal opinion, is even better than having a regular tune, because they fit so perfectly for this kind of combat. Now, we all know that in a boss bot flashpoint, the first floor consists of 2 battles. Every floor consists of 2 battles. The first one is a row of level 10s, and one of them is a 2.0. Now, this is perfect for a soundless tune. For the group, they'll use 2 foghorns and 1 Iuga or trunk. It doesn't really matter. Well, I prefer you use an Iuga, because normally you're low on sound in these kind of flashpoints because you're using it so much. But you use 2 foghorns, 1 Iuga, and the soundless tune, since they do not have sound, they have to have drop, so they can just go for the drop. The piano. If the piano misses and the cogs, or there's still a level 10 version 2.0, then you can use 3 whole cream pies, unless one of them's organic. I think you can go down to a whole fruit pie. Anyways, you can do that, and then the 4th tune, normally the soundless tune, can use a piano if the throw misses. This is a very fast method for back 9s, middle 6s, and I guess front 3s. But what I'm saying for this is, you're using sound for the first battle and taking all the cogs out in 1 turn, which can really help. In the next battle, well, you do the golf mini puzzle thing, and you normally get a lot of sound back. You probably get more back than without a soundless tune. So you're using sound a lot more. In the next battle, since they have TNT and the piano, this is great because it's for lure-based combat, and they are very prepared for that. I mean, they can have up to 3 methods for taking out level 11s quickly. Now, with this, normally without a soundless tune, it'll take, well, if the group is excellent, it's normally like a 45 to an hour run. Well, no, 45 to like 50-minute run. If it's a normal group, it'll probably take about an hour, 50 minutes. But with the Soundless Toon, from my experience, since they know better combos and I've learned from them, I have done amazing runs with them. Runs that take about 45 minutes almost all the time with the Soundless Toon, as long as everybody listens to them. Now, this doesn't go for all Soundless Toons. I'm just saying this from my experience. From my experience, the back nines they go a lot faster with Soundless Toons, so I prefer them over a regular tune because of my experience with them. Even if they didn't know, then I could teach them techniques, coach them through the whole thing, because I really want people to know that is a very fast method I've gone through, and it's based off my experience. So I'm Wazzup, and I'm out.